My next guest says Joe Biden's open border policies is causing, quote, a tsunami of death, unquote. Jim Skinner is the sheriff of Collin County in Texas, and he joins me now. Sheriff, good morning to you. Are we talking about drugs, this tsunami of death?
Yeah, we most certainly are. Good morning, Ashley. Any sheriff in this nation would tell you that the situation on the southern border is an unmitigated disaster. You know, the drugs trafficked by the drug cartels are simply a tsunami of death crashing into the United States across our southern border. There's an epic slaughter of Americans taking place, and the murder weapon is fentanyl that the drug cartels are pushing into every community, town, and city in this nation. You know, here in Collin County, we're the second fastest growing county in the United States behind Maricopa County out in Arizona. And we've had a 571% increase in the number of fentanyl-related deaths since 2019. Wherever you are, if you get those numbers for your community and you calculate those numbers, you're going to find a very similar trend, if not worse, where you are. So for me, I have to tell you, my friend, this is a colossal failure of leadership in Washington. And the evidence, well, 107,000 dead Americans. For one, and the fact that this administration slashed almost $1 billion from the Customs and Border Protection budget, $428 million from the U.S. Border Patrol. So when they say the border is secure, there's no problem on the border, well, they're either willfully blind or willingly ignorant to this ongoing catastrophe.
Or maybe both. You know, fentanyl deaths. Fentanyl is a leading cause of death now among 18 to 45-year-olds. But I want to get your comments on this one, Sheriff. President Biden claims that Mexicans are most worried about gun trafficking at the southern border. Listen to this. I'll get your comment.
You know what the Mexicans are? Mexico, which has real problems causing us real problems. You know what their biggest complaint is? Can't we stop gun trafficking across the southern border into Mexico?
Oh, really? How would you respond to that, Sheriff?
Wow. You know, we've been trying to get a meeting with the President of the United States for a year and a half to talk about this situation on the border. And so if the deaths of tens of thousands of Americans to fentanyl poisonings don't get his attention, but guns going south do, then great. I'm glad you're finally in the game. How about you pick up the phone and call the Mexican president? You two guys get a game plan together and let us know.
One last one for you, Sheriff. The White House also insisting that people are not just walking across the border. Listen to this.
But it's not like somebody walks over and that's not how.
Exactly what's happening. Thousands of people are walking in a day. Some of them turn themselves over. Some of them are caught. Tens of thousands a week are not. That is what is happening.
It's not just that people are walking across the border. We are fixing a broken system that was actually left by the last administration.
Well, we're almost out of time, Sheriff. I've got to get your response to that.
Well, like I said, you can just watch the television. Maybe he should turn over to Fox News and watch some of the footage of people streaming across the border. But again, it's all about, you know, for us, this public safety issue is fentanyl. And what is this administration doing about it? What they should be doing is running television commercials and social media campaigns, warning parents and young people about how deadly fentanyl is, funding analysts and technology that we badly need in order to combat this problem, funding sheriffs in this country to put criminal interdiction units out. But most of all, regain control of the southern border.
Right. That's a good place to leave it. Sheriff Skinner, terrific stuff. Thank you, Sheriff, for taking time to talk with us this morning.